everyone. I hope you had a really good Christmas and I wish you all a happy new year. This reading will be for the star sign of Gemini. From now, today is Monday until the end of this week. So let's ask our spirit guides and angels, what do they want to tell us today for Gemini? So I'm just shuffling the cards and I want to see what comes up. The World and the Hierophant. So these cards are very good for any type of reading because they're both major arcana cards. My first feeling was about a relationship coming to a conclusion that is very happy, fruitful, successful. The World is about going all around and having everything fulfilled. Every box is being ticked and every wish has been fulfilled. Every need has been satisfied, and therefore you feel on top of the world. You feel you have it all now. The World shows a process that something has been going on and it's coming to a conclusion. It's coming to the top point of this process. When it all started from here, then you had to go through some process of maybe empowerment, maybe building up your own qualities and believing in yourself more, believing that you can have the world together, you can have everything together. And when you go through this process, you come into the starting point, which is the end, the happy, successful ending of the past chapter. And therefore you feel ready to start a new chapter, to start all over again. But this time will be a lot better and you feel a lot stronger. Because you went through the process of self-empowerment. So now the Hierophant is about marriage. It's about a relationship that is becoming official, serious, and is about a sacred union between two souls. So this very often implies a religious kind of wedding. When you go to the church, when you stand in front of the altar, when you promise your pure love and pure and unselfish love to each other in front of God, and therefore you've been blessed by the priest because he carries the word of God down on earth. So this is very much a spiritual, religious union of two people who are coming together in a divine connection together. So this card is about marriage, but it also has a spiritual meaning to it, that you knew all along that you were made to be together as a husband and wife, and now you're tying the knot, you're making the commitment towards each other for the rest of your lives. So this could be about exchanging of vows, it could be about rings, it could be also engagement, it could be exchanging eternity rings or wedding rings. Is something that will bind you together for life, which the religious wedding is about. It doesn't matter what culture, what religion that you belong to or what you believe in. These cards, the tarot cards, I think they originated in France. And I would assume this is the Catholic faith. But if you are a Muslim or if you're a Hindu, that will imply your own specific religious like ways that you commit to each other for life. Okay. So let me, so it doesn't matter whether it's a church or whether it's a mosque or whether it's a temple, you will make a proper commitment to each other forever. So let me have a look what else we get for Gemini. One more card. I'm keeping my videos short because they are uploading easily when they're shorter. So this is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles comes up reversed. So the only obstacle, the only thing that is stopping you right now or is delaying this divine union and this marriage to go forward, even if it's only a spiritual marriage, okay? Even if you just promise to each other that you are my husband at heart and you are my wife at heart, it's financial stability. The only problem could be finances, because the Ten of Cups is also a family card, is also a marriage card, but it means having the long-term financial security and stability of the whole family unit. It's not just two of you. It's maybe if you have any kids in the future, what are you able to give these kids in sense of security? Very often, the Ten of Pentacles means owning a family home or owning a family business, or something that will keep and maintain the whole family unit, because the tense is about togetherness, is about everybody together as a family, is what will sustain this marriage in a long term, okay? And when it's reversed, it could mean that right now maybe you don't have this stability that will provide the whole family with security. So I will shuffle some more cards. So I'm going to ask the spirits, what else is going on here for Geminis? Maybe both of you need to work on your careers, on whatever you need to do to be able to save up some money, to put money aside, and then you can afford the family home. Okay, so what else is coming up for Gemini? The Eight of Swords reversed and the Page of Swords reversed. Okay, so these cards are negative, but what they speak about is that somebody had fears, inner fears that they never expressed to anybody. It could be you, or you could be the person that you're dealing with, but it could be both of you that are having the feeling being not good enough, not being able to give that financial stability for the long term. Okay, it could be the guy, because usually men are more worried about whether they will be able to be good providers, because it has something to do with their instincts, that they need to feel strong and stable enough to be your protector and to be your provider if they're about to marry you. Because if you're thinking about your long-term future, you could be thinking about having kids, and then the woman's natural instincts will be to nurture and feed and grow her kids, but she needs a safe and secure environment. And that's about financial security, and that's also about security from any threats. And therefore the man's natural instincts are to be able to provide her with this security so he can bring up the kids, the next generation. And also men have the natural instinct to protect. So if he's not feeling secure enough himself, he could be feeling that he can't offer you these things in order for the marriage to go forward. Okay, I'm saying marriage, but because the card means marriage, it could be a relationship that is really serious. Okay, so the Eight of Swords, it means that either you or this guy has this inner fears of, will I be able to provide her with what she needs to be happy? Will I be able to provide her with what she needs to feel secure and safe with me? So therefore the marriage is successful and long-lasting. Okay, so these are his inner fears, and he's not expressing them. You can see on the card, I know they shows a woman, but that's just the way the artist has drawn this card. It could be man as well feeling that way. So you see that somebody is quite blinded from fear. They are not able to look at the situation for exactly what it is. They're looking down. They're not ready. They're not willing. They're refusing to communicate these fears to anybody because they don't feel happy about themselves. And also the hands are tied. And that means their freedom of action is quite restricted because of the fears. They don't dare going forward with making an official and straightforward kind of offer of commitment, because they're just too afraid in themselves whether they will be able to carry this out, whether they will be able to sustain this for the long term. So the swords represents their fears. It's all inside. It's all in the head. Okay, it doesn't have to be that bad at the end of the day. So that will depend on very much everybody's personal circumstances and everybody's personal situations. So these fears could be anything. So just take it as it applies to you. So when the card is reversed, it means that this person will feel more confident and more comfortable to express these fears and to talk about it and to see what they can do about this. Okay, you know, they say a problem shared is a problem halved. So nobody is going to judge anyone if they're having financial difficulties, because most of the people that I know, they do have loans and debit cards and overdrafts, and they do have some kind of a financial restrictions on them, because this is the adult world, you know. So then when you have the Page of Swords reversed, this is about something negative and toxic that's been said, but it fuels on these fears. So this doesn't have to be you telling him you can't have this marriage and you can't have the financial stability because so and so. It's negative talking, it's putting down, but it could be also twisted. You could be exaggerating the problem and making it look a lot worse than actually what it could be if you just make it work. I don't know how exactly, that would depend on you, but when you have Page of Swords, this means lies, twisting the truth. It could be manipulation, that's verbal manipulation. It could be slander. It could be they telling that whatever so-and-so doesn't worth it because all they want is your money. It could be anything that's quite negative, but is with the intent to influence this person not to do that, not to go forward, because it fuels into the inner fears of not being sufficient or not being enough. That's what I'm picking up from these cards. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Right. The Magician flipped reversed. See, these flipped reversed. It was the Magician that I saw. It was Magician reversed and the Five of Cups reversed. Magician reversed is the manipulator. This card is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. When the Magician is upright, that means any kind of manifestation or communication or very clear thinking that is intended to create some kind of reaction, either to bring out positive ideas, positive inspirations, or positive communication towards someone, some idea. Like, for example, all the artworks, the written artworks, when somebody writes a good book that inspires people, it changes their thinking, it enriches their way of thinking. It's being passed on to people so they can read it and it can change their life in some way, in some positive way. So I see the Magician upright as a positive, fruitful communication towards others that passes good ideas on to them. But when the Magician is reversed, it means the passing on of those ideas could be negative, and it could be made with the intent to influence someone in a specific way. So I would say somebody's talking bad. Somebody is trying to influence someone in a negative way, and it's manipulation. It's mental manipulation and it's verbal manipulation. And it's somebody, this card goes with the slander. This is when untruths are being told about someone or about a situation, and a false image is being created in somebody's mind, and therefore it controls their actions and their decision making. And also the Magician is major arcana card, so it's a lot more. It means it's intentional, because the Magician creates something with an intent. Okay, and when it's reversed, it means the intention is negative. The intention to create something, some idea or some specific thinking in somebody's mind, it's done with the intention to control them. So then I'm having the Five of Cups. So this card, it usually shows a man who's crying. I think he's crying here on the picture. I don't know if you can see him. He's really sad. This card is about somebody being very depressed, crying, sobbing. They have really, really deep sadness, grief, and mourning about something that's been lost. Because the cups that are spilled here represent what has been lost. And this person is taking it really badly emotionally. And almost to the extent that they can't bear this grief anymore. So this card also, all the tarot cards have, even the negative ones, have a positive message to them. So the two remaining cups means that even though a lot has been lost here, there is still something left remaining. And all that this person needs to do is to move his attention away from the losses that he suffered and to turn around and to see the positives and to see what is still there. So it's not all lost, because you're starting with 5 cups. Okay, 3 are lost, gone, forever, forget about it. There's 2 more remaining. So turn around, away from your grief, and concentrate on what is positive in that situation and what is still there. Also, this card came up on a reverse position, which means that this person is now healing and recovering from this loss and the sadness, and is emotional. The cups are emotional cards. So that means the person was grieving emotionally a lot. Either you or him was stuck in this grievances for a very long time, and you failed to see what was right there in front of you. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle some cards from the Queen of the Moon Oracle and see what comes up here. So I'm shuffling. These cards, oh, it's spilled. What are the messages for Gemini from the Queen of the Moon Oracle? I'll pull this one. Boundaries. So here somebody had to set their boundaries straight. And somebody had to either reaffirm their boundaries, like this is not how it's going to be, and this is not how you will be treating me, and this is not how you will be talking to me. Okay, this is like firm boundaries that you need to establish with someone. If you're dealing with a man who's depressed already, he could be feeling bad about himself inside, and therefore the way he talks to people, he could be really either inconsistent, that one moment he likes you and one moment he's nice and he speaks nicely to you, the next moment he feels down because he has mood swings, and he talks to you and he starts to feel bad within himself about himself, and therefore the way he's expressing himself, it comes across as negative. But it could create a lot of hurt in you as well, because the sword is something that really cuts someone, it really hurts them. So when I have this card boundaries, it means if you're dealing with someone like that, you need to reaffirm your boundaries firmly. Okay, so let's get some more cards from the Moon. What is this? Resistance. So this is very much about fighting against something or fighting for something. Like, you're not giving up it that easily. You're like, I get that, like, what I get from this card is like, she is standing up to him, and she's standing up to the way that she's being treated, and she's saying, I deserve a lot better than that, and this is the only way that it's going to be. You know, you set in your boundaries of self-respect and self-worth, and if he's not ready to rise up to your level, to treat you as the woman that you are and the goddess that you are, then he needs to work on himself a little bit more. And then resistance means that you will not give up that easily on this, and you will not let anybody treat you as less than what you truly deserve. Okay, so I'm going to end this reading now. If you like any personal private readings, you can book one from my Etsy shop. I've left the description in I left the link in the description box. So I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.